Hello guys, Ubisoft were kind enough to invite me to play the new season early, so in today's video I'll be giving you a full guide to the new season, Operation Commanding Force. We'll go over the new operator, her new gadget, her counters and synergies, the new reload rework, a fix to mouse and keyboard on console, and more. Let's start with the new operator. Her name is Brava and she is a 1 health and 3 speed attacking operator from Brazil. For primary weapons, she has the choice between the Para 308 or the Camara's DMR. For secondaries, she can pick between the USP-40 pistol or the Super Shorty shotgun. For gadgets, she has the choice between smoke grenades or claymores. Her unique gadget is the Kludge Drone. This is a deployable drone similar to a Twitch drone that can hack into any Defender electronic gadgets and permanently takes control of them after a short delay. She gets 2 of these and each drone can hack up to a maximum of 3 separate gadgets. After a gadget is hacked, depending on the team colors you have set in the accessibility settings, the gadget will have sort of like a colorful glitch effect representing the team it now belongs to. And once a gadget is hacked, it is unable to be picked back up again. However, during testing, we did find that if the hacking sequence is not complete, you can indeed pick the gadget back up, just not after it has been completely hacked. Hacking does produce a sound, so if the enemy team has a Brava, watch out for this sound cue. So, this means that any electronic gadgets that the defenders usually rely on for their setups, if hacked successfully, will flip sides and be usable by the attackers instead. Good examples for this are Jaeger's ADSs or Wamai's magnets. After the magnet is hacked by Brava's Kludge Drone, projectiles that come within its range from the attackers will be unaffected. However, any projectiles from the defenders will be pulled towards it and detonated just like it usually does for the attackers. And yes, this does include C4s, which will no doubt be an absolute game changer. Other good examples are Maestro's Evil Eyes and Echo's Yokai drones. Once these two are hacked by Brava's Kludge Drone, the attackers can then access them from the observation tools, while the defenders lose access to them entirely as if they were destroyed. Though only Brava herself can fire the Evil Eye or the Yokai drone and her teammates can only access the camera feed. However, the most interesting interaction is with Muzzle. Muzzle can hack her Kludge drones with his pests like any other drone, and he can then use this drone to go around and hack electronic gadgets from the attackers and take control of them himself for his team, which includes claymores, other attacker drones, as well as air jabs, and completely flips the table on its head. There can be a lot of back and forth interactions between Muzzle and Brava. A Kludge Drone, regardless of whether it's controlled by Brava or Muzzle, can hack a second Kludge Drone. This means that if Brava runs into a Muzzle pest with her Kludge Drone, she can hack it back and regain control of it using her second Kludge Drone. And Muzzle can hack the second Kludge Drone with the first. Brava can also hack the Muzzle pest itself, so if the Muzzle drives a hacked attacker drone within its range, Brava actually gains back control of the drone to her team. What's really interesting though is that with the introduction of Brava, if Muzzle hacks into both Kludge drones, he can theoretically hack up to a maximum of 6 attacker drones plus 2 Kludge drones, which gives him a total of 8 drones. Now, this is highly unlikely that it will happen, but theoretically it is possible and it's insane to think about. Other really good and important examples to take note of include Kapkan traps, Valkyrie's Black Eye cameras, Aruni's Syria gates, Melusi's Banshee, and Legion Goo mines. I have tested out a lot of the gadgets, but these are the ones that will most likely be the most impactful ones to hack. Good operators to play Brava with are IQ, so she can scout out Defender electronics. Thatcher, or I guess EMPs in general, can help with getting rid of mute jammers that are in your way, and she can also be useful with hard breachers by either hacking the breach denial gadgets themselves or something like a Maestro Evil Eye and getting rid of them that way. Counters to Brava are soulless because she can see her drones with her gadget, mute jammers like we talked about before, however they do need to not be visible to the Kludge Drone, otherwise they can be bypassed by just simply hacking them. Vigil with his gadget active will be invisible to the drone, and the biggest counter will be Muzzle for the reasons we talked about earlier. Ubisoft are also reworking the way reloading works. Before, you used to be able to cancel a reload at any time by quickly aiming down the sights. From now on, when the magazine in the animation is taken off the gun, the ammo that was in that magazine will be put into the reserve ammo. The really important part is that if you cancel the reload here, you will be left with just 1 bullet in the chamber, making you extremely vulnerable to being pushed. However, when you attempt to reload again, you will not start over from the beginning, but instead you will have a much shorter reload time where your operator will just attach a new magazine to the gun without having to take it off again first. Then and only then will you be able to fully utilize your gun's magazine capacity after attempting to reload. This means that players will have to be a lot more careful for when and where they choose to reload, because it's a lot more dangerous and requires some teamwork to cover each other, making the game a lot more tactical and strategic. Zero is getting some love this season. His Argus camera, when deployed, used to automatically drill into the other side of the surface as soon as it lands, making it very visible while also making a very distinct sound, which most of the time resulted in it being shot down. However, from now on, when the Argus camera lands on a surface, it will not automatically drill into the other side of the surface anymore. Instead, the Argus camera will be facing the side of where it was shot from, and there will be no way of knowing it's there from the other side, and Zero himself gets to choose when it drills through. It still makes a slight noise when you drill through, so it's not silent, but it's a lot less noticeable. The muzzle brake and compensator are also getting buffed. The effect of the muzzle brake is jumping from 45% to 50%, and the compensator is going from 15 all the way to 35. The buff to the muzzle brake is honestly not that noticeable, though the buff to the compensator definitely makes a noticeable improvement on the right gun, like Ella's Scorpion for example. The mouse and keyboard issues on console are also being addressed this season with the introduction of Mousetrap, a system that can detect if a console player is using a mouse and keyboard to gain an unfair advantage. When a player is found to be using mouse and keyboard, a penalty will be added that adds lag to their inputs, with the goal being to remove the advantage these players have against other players who are using a controller. While this penalty is active, continued use of mouse and keyboard will slowly increase the lag with each completed match. Completing matches with a controller would then slowly decrease the lag each game back to normal. Time will tell how effective this will be, but I have high hopes that this will make a massive difference for you console players out there. There will also be further anti-toxicity measures taken this season, which includes a reputation penalty for abusive voice chat. While this penalty is activated, repeat offenders will be muted by default to help prevent further toxicity, but the other players in the match can choose to unmute them if they wish. To help attract new players and teach them how the game works, Ubisoft are introducing operator challenges this season. These challenges will help the players understand the role of the operator. A few examples of challenges that they have shown us are destroy barricades, breach reinforcements, destroy traps, etc. After completing challenges, players can earn rewards which include operators and renown. And everyone can complete these challenges, not just beginners. As you know, Siege has a very steep learning curve, and with all the operators and mechanics that these new players have to learn, it can be very overwhelming to get into the game. This is definitely a step in the right direction, and hopefully this will make it easier for new players to get into Siege. For quality of life changes, the play menu has been redesigned. From now on, all the playlists will be separated into 3 different sections. Competitive, which will have unranked and ranked, quick play, which will have quick match, deathmatch, and any event game modes, and training is for the shooting range, training grounds, and situations. Ignore this testing one over here, this is only for the test server and not the live build. You can easily access the last played game mode of a section by hovering over the card and then clicking on the button at the bottom. You can also finally change the game mode settings for quick match from this menu very easily by going to the quick play section and then clicking on settings at the bottom of the quick match card. And that concludes the guide to the new season, Operation Commanding Force. A big thank you to Ubisoft for inviting me to this cool event, and do let me know what you guys think of the new season. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers and every little bit helps. Thank you so much for watching, have a nice day, and I'll catch you in the next one.